most beloved Lenten hymns is When I Survey the Wondrous Cross. It was written in 1707 by Isaac Watts in preparation for a communion service. The original title of this great hymn was Crucifixion to the World by the Cross of Christ. Watts wrote 5 verses in the original version, leaving out the 4th verse in brackets as an option. When Isaac Watts was young, churches in England sang only metrical psalms, but he planted the seeds of much more complex hymnody. Watts wanted congregations to experience theology, echoes of the sermon, and not necessarily be restricted to the Psalms or even Scripture. He wrote texts that would fit most common psalm meters, allowing them to be sung by any congregation and also to a variety of tunes. There are actually 2 tunes to When I Survey the Wondrous Cross. The first was written in 1799 by an Englishman by the name of Edward Miller. The second tune, which is more familiar, was written by Lowell Mason in 1824. This hymn is powerful in its own message alone, with such phrases as, "My riches gain I count but loss, and pour contempt on all my pride." Verse 3 depicts the pain and suffering of Christ's crucifixion. "See from his head, his hands, his feet, sorrow and love flow mingled down. Did e'er such love and sorrow meet, or thorns compose so rich a crown?" The 4th verse is optional, which is not in most hymnals, and it reads, "His dying crimson like a robe spreads o'er his body on the tree. Then I am dead to all the globe, and all the globe is dead to me." The 5th and final verse ends with these powerful words, "Love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all." And now I invite you to a time of prayer and meditation as we listen to the combined virtual choir. This is the same arrangement by Gilbert Martin that our chancel choir traditionally sings on Maundy Thursday.
The Prince of Glory
join us next week as we examine the writing and history of In the Cross of Christ, My Glory.